Acting Ukrainian President Alexander Turchinov says government troops have retaken an airfield being held by armed groups in the east of the country. The operation in Kramatorsk is part of a wider offensive on gunmen holding government property right across the region. Well, Ukrainian soldiers had set up a base at the town of Izyum. There are reports that troops have been seen moving into the town of Slovyansk, where armed groups have been holding state buildings for several days. And as we mentioned, they've also launched an operation in the town of Kramatorsk. The airfield there had been in the hands of a pro-Russian group. Well, these are the latest pictures from the Kramatorsk airfield that were apparently filmed before the Ukrainian forces landed there. Let's get the latest now from Kramatorsk. Kim Vinnell is there for us. So, Kim, just explain to us exactly what's happening there, what you can see.
Well, I'm just outside a barricade. Pro-Russian groups have set this barricade up. On the other side of the barricade is the Kramatorsk military airfield. They've barricaded the entrance and the exit to the airfield. There are concrete walls all around. The other side of the concrete walls inside the airfield Ukrainian military soldiers and special police forces. We can see inside there just about maybe half an hour ago, we had a few shots fired. We don't know whether they were aimed at anyone or whether they were just warning shots. We have heard reports of casualties, but nothing that we've seen so far. Just in the past sort of 10 minutes, we've seen military aircraft fly over the airfield and over the city. We're not sure exactly where it's fair to say this is very much a developing situation now.
And Kim, we've seen tensions, obviously. We've seen pro-Russia groups occupy various government buildings across eastern Ukraine. Just put this into context for us. How big a change is this when it comes to strategy from the government in Kiev?
Sorry, Barbara, I just missed it. Can you repeat the question?
Yes. Is this a change in strategy from the government in Kiev?
Yes, I think very much so. I mean, all along for the past sort of 2 weeks, while this has all been heating up, if you like, in the past just over a week or so since protesters took over these buildings, the government has said it wants to negotiate, that it wanted to avoid the use of force, that it wanted to avoid bloodshed. And then obviously in the past few days we've had interim President Alexander Turchinov come out and offering an amnesty for 48 hours. That amnesty was up and he threatened the use of force and following through. Just before we came here to Kramatorsk, we were outside about 70 kilometres from here, and there we saw at least 7 APCs, the armed personnel carriers. We saw several helicopters, several busloads of special police forces. So I think it's fair to say that they are now acting on their word.
Kim Vinnell with the latest there from Kramatorsk. Kim, thank you.